Hey everyone! This video is going to go over identifying the center and radius to graph a circle given its equation in general form. Now, general form looks something like this. This isn't our normal x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, right? No, that's standard form. Okay. So we need to be able to get this into standard form. So the first step is going to be to isolate the x's together and then isolate the y's together. Then everything else we're going to put on the right hand side. So let's add 15 because that doesn't have an x or a y in it to both sides. So this becomes 0 and then we're left with 15 on the right hand side. So now what we're going to do is we're going to complete the square so we can get our x's to be factored into something that looks like that. All right, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to add something. Now, whatever we add to one side, we have to add to the other side, right? So what are we going to add to complete that square? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take b, which when we have a quadratic, ax squared plus bx plus c is the form we're going to think about for that. So b in this case is 2, a is 1, so we're going to take 2 over 2 times 1, and that is going to equal 1. Then what we're going to do is we're going to square that. So we're going to add 1 to both sides. What we do to one side, we have to do the other side. Now what did that accomplish? Well, this factors into x plus 1 squared. So now I have it in the form of x minus h squared if we think of it as x minus negative 1 squared. Okay. Now, we also need to do it to the y side to complete the square for the y side. So, I'm going to take b over 2 times 1 and then square it. So this is going to equal 3 squared, which is 9. So for this one, I'm adding 9 to both sides. Now that factors into y minus 3. Now where did I get the minus 3 from? Well, we know that y squared minus 6y, so we need it to equal the minus 6y. Okay? We could get that from just taking b, which is negative 6, dividing it by 2a, and getting that negative 3. Okay? Now, what is it equal to? It's not equal to 15. It's equal to 15 plus 1 plus 9, which is 25. So, what's our radius? Our radius is the r squared, or the r, and this is r squared, so the radius equals 5. What's the center? Well, the center is at hk, where we have these minus signs, remember. So h is negative 1, because we have x minus negative 1, and k is 3. So the center is at negative 1 and 3. So let's go to negative 1 and 3. There's our center. And then we're 5 in each direction from that center. And then we connect the circle as best we can. And that is how you identify center and radius to graph a circle given its equation in general form. Now, let's do another one. For this one, I would like you to see if you can take it step by step on your own, and if you get stuck, then you can play the video and catch up. Alright, so let's go ahead and isolate the x's. X squared, oh wait, there's no x's. Okay, so now let's isolate the y's. And then add 8 to both sides. And this is where we start. Now from here, this is going to be 2, or b, over 2 times 1. And then we're going to square that, which is going to be just 1. So we're going to add 1 to both sides. Now here, this is actually already a perfect square. X minus 0 squared. And then we have plus, factor this factors into y, plus 1 squared. And then that equals, we added 1 to both sides, 9. So our center is at 0, negative 1. And our radius we get from this 9, which means r squared equals 9. Take the square root of both sides, and the radius equals 3. So, with a center at 0, negative 1, and a radius of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, we're going to have a circle like this.